Solo Sikoa's bloodline had a rough start. It kind of sucked in the beginning, but lately, it's been cooking. It's been doing all the right things. However, there are still 5 things that I believe that Solo needs to do to get his bloodline to that next level, to get it up to par with Roman. Because the moment Roman comes back and he just says, hey, Usos, come with me. Hey, Sammy, come with me. Hey, here's my Wiseman. The moment he gets the band back together, Solo Sikoa's bloodline is going to look like the Wish.com bloodline compared to Roman's. In one instant, in one camera shot, they will be regulated to jobbers. So the bloodline needs to look as strong as possible, and they need to get there as soon as possible, because on tonight's SmackDown, we got the first tease, the first real tease of Roman Reigns returning. It was a quick blink and you missed it shot of Roman looking up as Solo Sikoa was responding to Cody Rhodes, actually. But then he turned it to Roman and said, hey Roman, you want some, come get some. And I really do believe that is the first new footage of Roman since WrestleMania 40, meaning SummerSlam, it's like one Saturday away. It's coming, it's happening. And these are the 5 things that Solo needs to do to make his bloodline as strong as possible. So the first thing that has to happen, number 5, less is more. We did not see Roman all the time. Roman did not come out every single time the bloodline came out. We need to see less of Solo Sikoa. He comes out no matter what. In the past, I liked that about factions, that no matter who was fighting in the faction, they were united, but that's not the case anymore. When Roman's bloodline happened, when the Usos were fighting, Roman was nowhere to be seen. When Sammy was fighting, Roman wasn't there. But Solo, he comes out for every single match. No, we gotta stop that. Solo is the leader. He is the tribal chief. We need to see actually less of him. I don't want to see him ringside at a tag match where he's the one getting his hands dirty. Solo needs to start acting like Roman in the way that he just needs to stay in the back for the most part and come out for the big speeches. Number 4. First though, this belt, those belts. You can win them. All you gotta do, comment below. Once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I will reach out to you. Not in the comments section. If anybody ever reach out to you in the comments section to say, hey, you won something, give me some info, that's a fake, that's a phony. But I will personally reach out to you. We'll figure out a way. You can pick one of these 3 belts and I will mail it to you. No cost. These are not toys. They're replicas. Once I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick someone at random. So the more comments you do on the more new videos, the more chances you have to win. But we got to get back to the list because Roman is coming and Solo needs to look strong. Number 4 is he needs to get a Wiseman. And having this Wiseman will actually help with number 5. It means he doesn't have to come out and speak anymore. The Wiseman can do it for him. Because that's what Paul Heyman did. He would come out, he'd be flanked by the Usos and Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa, and he would speak on behalf of the tribal chief. And that's what has to happen. I already did a video, who's going to replace Paul Heyman? We have plenty of choices. We have Rikishi, we have Haku, and we have Jim Cornette. Jim Cornette has responded and said he's pretty much not going to do it. So now we have Haku and Rikishi. Rikishi could definitely do it. However, lately Rikishi has been saying some controversial things about WWE and their storytelling. Basically, it all revolves around Jey Uso and the lack of direction that they're giving him. And I kind of agree. I don't like the storylines that they're giving Jey, but at the same time, Rikishi, right now is not the time to speak out against this. You could be the Wiseman because the bloodline needs a Wiseman to speak on behalf of the tribal chief, and this will keep Solo in the back. The non-Wiseman bloodline, it was cool for a moment, but now it needs a Wiseman, it needs a spokesman. You know, heck, MVP's still under contract, get him in on this. But again, I think tensions are a little high there. But I don't care. Get someone to speak on behalf of the bloodline. Number 3, you gotta get rid of Tonga Loa. I'm sorry, he has to get out of here. He has botch after botch. His first appearance was a botch. I was willing to let it slide. But he's botching low blows. This week on SmackDown was so humiliating. The dude was scheduled for a #1 contenders tag team match, and last week on SmackDown, he got his eye poked. And so this week, that's the excuse they're getting rid of Tonga Loa out of the match, that his eye's all messed up. Rake of the eye is one of the most common cheats in wrestling that you won't even get disqualified for it. And that's what took out Tonga Loa in storyline. That's how much confidence they have in this guy. They won't even let him have a tag match. Jacob Fatu should not be in this tag match. Don't get me wrong, I love Jacob Fatu. Absolutely, 100% love Jacob Fatu, but he needs to be a singles competitor, while Tonga Loa should be in the tag division. But he's screwing up so much that he's not even in it. Get rid of the guy. Replace him with Hikuleo or Zilla Fatu. There's a ton of Samoans in the wings waiting. I know it'll suck, but I don't know. Him just standing there with the eye patch, he has no personality whatsoever. Business is business. The bloodline needs to be strong, and Tonga Loa's appearance is now a joke, and it's bringing him down. Number 2, he needs to win the title. You put him in the program with Cody, there's no going back now. He needs to win this title, or at the very least, he needs to cause the title to become vacant. Now, I know what a lot of you are thinking. You're like, no way, it's too early for Solo Sikoa to become the WWE champion. But is it really? I go back to another boom period of wrestling, the Attitude Era, when Kane defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin. And it was just for one night, but it was a title change. It's something big, monstrous happened, and it cemented Kane even though it was for only one night. And then there was another period of time during the Attitude Era where Steve Austin had to vacate the title, and the title was actually vacant for about 2 or 3 months, and eventually it went into a tournament at Survivor Series, and that's where The Rock actually rose from mid-card to main eventer. And I'm just saying that Solo Sikoa needs to do something, either hold the title or cause the title to become vacant, so he can have the bragging rights of saying, Cody, you're not champion because of me, because of the bloodline. He needs to do something very strong, and you're like, oh no, Cody needs to hold it. Just because Roman held it for 1,300 days, I believe, doesn't mean Cody has to. Attitude Era was a huge boom period where Austin could lose the belt. As long as he got it back at WrestleMania, all was right in the world. And we could do that here. We don't have to hot shot it like every other week like they did during the Attitude Era, but we can get it off Cody for a while as long as Cody gets it back. The number one thing that has to happen is, I don't want this to happen, but it has to happen. When Roman Reigns returns, the number one thing that has to happen to make the bloodline strong, they need to destroy Roman. Absolutely 100% destroy Roman Reigns. They need to beat him down to oblivion. And no one's going to come and help him. You know why? Because we all love Roman. We want Roman. We want Roman. And I want Roman. I love Roman. I acknowledge Roman. But Roman was toxic. Think back to what he did to Jey Uso and Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso. He was very toxic. He was even mean to Paul Heyman. We're all like, I can't believe they hurt Paul Heyman. Well, he Superman punched Paul Heyman just because he had a past business relationship with Brock Lesnar. Roman Reigns was not a good guy. Now, he can come back and make amends and become a good guy, and I'm all for that. I acknowledge Roman Reigns. I love Roman Reigns. But in this beatdown, no one helps him. Maybe Cody tries to help him because Cody Rhodes is the ultimate Boy Scout. But for the most part, no one helps Roman, and he just gets utterly destroyed. And it can happen. Because you know why? When Roman started the Bloodline saga, he went in the mindset of, how can I elevate people? In real life, Roman wasn't sure if he was going to come back. But he said, if I am going to elevate people in the process of not just elevating myself, but those around me need to rise with the tide. And if he did this and Solo completely beats him down, that would cement Solo. It would get him so much heat. It would make him such a threat. And you're like, oh, they can't do that. Why not? Why not? Roman Reigns is set to probably return next week on Smackdown or on SummerSlam, right? So if he returns, he's not having a match. He's not scheduled. If he was going to have a match, they would have already built it. So the fact that he's not having a match and he's just going to appear, beat him up, beat him down. And then this can be the setup of Survivor Series. If he gets beat down here, this could give him the sympathy he needs to reform the original bloodline. This could be the start, the genesis of the beginning of mending relationships, because he needs to mend those relationships, like I said. very toxic individual. So I know it won't be a popular opinion, but who cares? That would be great, actually. We want the boos. We want Solo to be absolutely hated. This is how you do it. Roman's not having a match at SummerSlam, so beat him down to oblivion. And that would put Bloodline 2.0 on equal footing of Bloodline 1.0. Anyways, what do you guys think? How can the Bloodline look even stronger? What needs to be done? Throw some comments below. Like I said, you can win a championship belt behind me or the Winged Eagle that I already showed you. But yeah, put in the comments below what you feel that the Bloodline needs to do, Solo's Bloodline needs to do to look strong and a credible threat to Roman's Bloodline when it happens, probably at War Games. Guys, girls, have a great day.